Hey, what's popping? Everybody was good. Hey, what's going on, man? How y'all feeling? See me, I'm feeling real good right now. I'm feeling real good right now. It was a great Zay, great week of football. Exactly. This has been a great week of football. And not only for the Jackson State game, not only for that. Cause see, as I recall, before we get to the Jackson State game, of course, we gonna let some people get up in here, and we just gonna talk. We're gonna talk for a little bit. Then we gonna talk for a good little bit, and then I'm gonna get ready to go. My brother's birthday is tonight. His party is tonight, so I'm gonna get ready for that. But we gonna talk for a little bit. Cause see, a lot of y'all gave the MEAC the North Carolina Central, and I felt like that was a little disrespectful. But I ain't say nothing. I let it be because they was playing pretty good. But guess who came out with the win today? Guess who? Them dogs. Yeah. Like I said in the offseason, it's gonna be a rematch. Make no mistake about that. It's gonna be a rematch. All right. I just want to get that off I'm happy for that. I'm happy that y'all won too, but I'm happy for that. I just had to get that off the chest. You feel me? Y'all want to see North Carolina Central? No. You're going to see us again. You're going to see us again. All right. But nah, let's get into all that. Man, I am so happy for Jackson State. Do y'all hear me? I am so happy for Jackson State. I was so excited for this game from the beginning. Like, I couldn't wait just because I wanted to see how Jackson State and that team would fare against outside competition in the FCS. I just wanted to see it. I was waiting, man. And now that we got it, first of all, the score being 22-14, it's really 22-7. Let's be honest with you. I don't like that they got that little score in at the end. They're trying to make it look a little bit better than what they was. Nah, 22-7. It's 22-7. So we all know that's that. That defense has played a great job, doing a great job. And that's the first thing I want to start off with. The defense. It is. I don't want to hear nothing about it's the strength of schedule or they just getting the swag. No, that defense is just that good. Topping the FCS for a reason. They are that good. Players of the game, Aubrey Miller. He needs the game ball. He needs the game ball for that defense. Every time it was him on a sack, it was him with a big hit, and he did it consistently. It's like you could tell before the game, the days before the game, he kind of took this to heart, right? Like not in a disrespectful kind of way, but you can see Aubrey was on a different level when it came to focus and preparation. He was ready for this game. And it meant a lot to him. And honestly, I think this did a lot for his draft stock. If I'm being honest with you, he had a spectacular day. Travis Hunter, the return of Travis Hunter. And let's talk about him. I think he only got thrown twice his way. Either way, he was locked down. I was watching him on the top of the screen, at the bottom of the screen. That receiver had no separation from Travis. He's fully healed from that injury. Now, when it comes to offense, he got to get that weight back. I think Tamona was the one that told me that he looked like he lost some of that weight that he put on. And I'm like, yeah, I can agree. He do look a little skinnier. He gotta get that weight back. Because when he fell and that interception happened, I thought he got pushed. Somebody said, nah, he just got jammed and he fell. I don't really know what happened there, but he got to put a little bit more weight on so that doesn't happen. Because I'm looking at it like, okay, you got Travis in the red zone. It's a one-on-one situation. Give it to him. And don't get me wrong. I felt like if Shador had put that ball a little bit more in the money the first time, and I think Travis probably would have caught that, even with the PI. But as far as just getting physical, Travis, he got to put a little bit more weight on. But he did very well defensively. That receiver got no yard, no separation, none. The only catches he gave up was like towards the end, where I think he was just playing off because he was trying to prevent an end zone, and they were playing under. So that was just that. Nah, Travis he's the real deal. We already knew that. He's locked down. Isaiah, I think we don't talk about Isaiah enough. I was thoroughly impressed with Isaiah Bowden. Seriously, I was thoroughly impressed with Isaiah Bowden and his coverage skills. And I just want to say that another one, Tavion Beasley. Tavion saved a few plays during this game. I don't know if we know, but Tavion was on his A game. That's what you get when you get a guy who played in the toughest conference in high school football in America. Tavion was just out there balling, man. Aaron Sanders. But shout out to my boy Aaron. Oh, Campbell line is too big for JSU. Stop the cap. But you know what though? Credit to Campbell. Credit to Campbell because they definitely came in and they played a great game, a well competitive game. They gave us the game that we wanted. You know, it was exciting. They didn't back down. Neither were they scared. Like, I have a lot of respect for that team, for that Campbell team and how they played. But, you know, like Jeff Lightsey, shout out to him. He mentioned on Twitter, you know, they're a little one-dimensional. And you saw that. So when they fell behind, they kind of had to play in the Jackson State. And that's just a bad recipe for any team. You never want to do that. But back to what I was talking about. On defense, I was impressed with Aubrey, of course. Travis was locked down. They tried Tavion because of his size, but you're going to learn sooner or later Tavion is not the one for that. They better check that boy background. So I was just, even though he gave up the touchdown at the end, it was like, whatever. You know, that tight end was 3 times his size. You know, he shouldn't even have been on him anyway. But just great coverage by Tavion. Isaiah Bowden played great. The defensive line, as far as the rushing overall for Jackson State's defense, this is my problem, right? They over pursue. Like, I love that they're aggressive. I honestly love that, but there comes the time where you have to control that aggression. You know, you can't over pursue the way that you do. And you know, now the quarterback, I forget his name, but he's running. I mean, the way he was running around the field was kind of Johnny Manziel-esque. Like, it reminded me of Johnny Manziel just toying with defenses back when he was at Texas A&M. That man was breaking tackles, eluding defenders left and right. And I know Jackson State practices a lot of pursuit drills. So it just, you know, it just comes down to that. Now, we all know Jackson State and a mobile quarterback, it's not really the best recipe. They've always kind of struggled. But, I hated the way this man got out of trouble so much because the pressure was there and it was there consistently. But, man, you have got to make the tackle initially. That is something that Jackson State has kind of have a problem with since Coach Palmer arrived, you know. But that was a great athlete that was facing that quarterback. Again, I forget that kid's name, but hats off to him because he was really trying to carry his team to a victory. But man, Jackson State has got to do a better job of tackling initially when they first get to him. Hats off to the Jackson State online. Yeah, there were points. I thought they started off the game really good, and then I think kind of midway through the game, Campbell kind of showed their strength, kind of threw their weight around a little bit because the running backs, you know, they ain't getting more than 2 yards on each carry, and I'm like, well, my God, like what's going on? But they were still able to prevail. And you know, while we on offense, let's talk about who impressed me on offense. Tavion Wilkerson, of course. Tavion Wilkerson. Thank God for that boy. Lord God, thank God for Tavion Wilkerson. That offense was carried by him. He's the backbone of it. He's the backbone of that offense. I think it's safe to say now. And by the way, I'm still a fan of J.D. Martin. I'm still a fan of Santee Marshall. I just believe that when you're that close to the red zone, there's no reason for them to have the ball. It needs to be Tavion. It needs to be Tavion. Like, I don't know. That kind of there were a lot of points that frustrated me during this game. A lot of points. And matter of fact, I'm gonna open up the call line because I do want to hear y'all's opinions. So I'm gonna open up the call lines. But that kind of, you know, like it just kind of frustrated me that Tavion wasn't getting the ball as much as he should have. Like, nobody should be leading him in carries. Nobody. That's my belief. JD, Tyson, whoever shouldn't be leading him in carries. Tavion should have the majority. I think he's proven enough. You feel me? Like, it shouldn't even be happening. When it comes to that receiver room, I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little disappointed in the receiver room. Dallas Daniels was finally able to do something a little bit, but I feel like you have too many dogs for them to not be on the same page, like for them to not be connecting how they were. Like, I just, it was just an off day for the receivers. It felt like nobody could get separation. You know, like I wasn't here for it. But why I am happy because I know that there were a lot of haters who was watching this game, and man, did they want Jackson State to lose so bad? That it's so much people that wanted y'all to lose so bad, bro. And y'all gotta understand that. Like, they was ready with the jokes. They had the jokes lined up for y'all to hear it for a whole week, 2 weeks straight, and it didn't happen. You feel me? So like, I know they hurt. I know they hurt. And that's why I like this even a little bit more. Like, I know they upset. But we gonna open up the call lines because I wanna let me hear what y'all got to say. Hold on. Going to the fair, Pat? Going to the fair? All right. Look at you. You would be going too. I know you're going for the food. Hey, bring me back a funnel cake though. Hold on, let me put the number. I'm gonna put the number on the screen for y'all. Hold on. Let me find it. Oh. There we go. All right, so there's the number. Y'all go ahead and call in. Let's get this thing going. If you got any comments you want to talk about, let's do it. Hey, thank you for the $5. I really do appreciate that. JSU versus South Carolina State Part 2. Listen, I tried to tell people. Now, of course, we still got to get to the rest of the MEAC. All right, it ain't done yet. This was just a big test. We still got to get to the rest of the MEAC. But, man, hold on.
Hey, what's up, Kobe?
Caller, you live. What's up?
Kobe, what's up, brother?
Yes, sir.
All the way from New York City.
Nice to meet you. What you got to say?
Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you enjoyed the game.
I did.
Have a great day.
I definitely did. Hopefully you are too. What's going on?
Yeah, man. I'll say, you know what? Great win. I'll start with positives first. Great win by JSU. Great atmosphere.
All participants are muted, and they can unmute themselves.
Hold on. All right, now you good. Everybody else, I had to mute everybody else. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, like I said, great win by JSU. Great atmosphere. Great homecoming. Great everything. You know how they do at HBCU.
Right.
I'll say this. They need to use Wilkerson more in the red zone.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
I feel as though every time they use Wilkerson more in the red zone, and even if he's not taking it all the way in, he's such a threat that they need to account for him. That would open up the pass more, because right now, JSU, especially on offense, they suck in the red zone.
No, yeah.
Either they're having a turnover, and I'm even talking about when they're scoring a lot of points, right? If you look at a lot of the red zone offense that they've been doing, they've been leaving a lot of points on the table.
They have.
And this game, they left at a minimum 21 points on the table. Minimum, maybe more. So they need to use Wilkerson more so that he can. And the beautiful thing about Wilkerson, I think out of the three backs, he has the best vision. Obviously, we know he's strong, he's nasty, and he is instinctive in his moves. Those spin moves and everything like that, very instinctive.
That spin move was something, man. That spin move was something. I loved it.
So yeah, I mean that's my thing. Great win again. Great gritty win. Campbell has a hell of a team. The defensive line came to play. They had especially in the first quarter, they had Shador, moving a lot. But I like the adjustment that Bartoloni did in the second half. They had him moving around a lot, so that they can keep the defense off balance, and that kind of did some of the work.
Right. I agree with huh?
No, go ahead. I'm listening. I want to hear what you got to say. Go ahead.
I'll get you.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna let you go because we got a lot of callers, but I'm gonna respond to you. Okay.
All right, no problem. I want to hear from you, but go ahead with the rest of the calls. Thanks for taking
All right,
me. Have a great one.
Thanks for calling. You too.
All right.
I agree with you, man. No, I definitely do think that Tavion needs to get the majority of the carries in the red zone. Like I said in the pregame video, right? I don't know why they can drive the ball downfield and then they have to prioritize throwing in the red zone. It does not have to be like that. Like, I'm going to take my shot to Shane Hooks because he's 6'5". I'm going to do that. But once that doesn't work, I'm running the ball. I get it. Take your shot. Take your shot to your tall receiver, to your big receiver. After that doesn't work, I'm running the ball. I'm running the ball. Jackson State is 49th in the country in the FCS in red zone efficiency, in red zone scoring. That's a problem. They are 49th. You feel me? So let me get to the next caller. Hey, caller, you live?
Hello?
Yeah, you live. What's up?
Well, I like the game. Good fight by Campbell. I just think, and this is my opinion, then I'll let you go. I just think, do you feel like Jackson State should go to the playoffs or the Celebration Bowl, or you think they should take the Celebration Bowl? Because I was having this debate with somebody just a minute ago that I know personally. He coached football, and he said to me, all money ain't good money. He said Deion Sanders should take his team. If they remain undefeated, they should go to the playoffs. Do you think they would have a shot at the playoffs, or they should go to the Celebration Bowl?
Okay. I'm gonna let you go, right? But I'm gonna answer you, of course. You know, I'm gonna let you go because I got a lot of calls. But I appreciate the call.
All right.
Yes. I would love to see Jackson State compete in the playoffs. Yes, I do believe that if they were in the playoffs, they would have a good shot, just because of that defense alone. But that's really not gonna happen. They don't have a choice. Like, I know it's just the way things work out. I think it's the scheduling, how Blue was talking about it. They don't have a choice anyway. They have to compete in that Celebration Bowl, which is not a problem. I mean, it's for us. You know, I think we need to value, even though I always love a playoff more than a Celebration Bowl, I think we should value the fact that that game is for us, you know, and, you know, we get to celebrate us and just be, you know, a whole big community inside of a championship game, just like how electric the atmosphere was last year. I think we need to appreciate that. You know, you get money for being in the Celebration Bowl. You lose money in the playoffs. I get the argument. I do. So, you know, that's why I'd be for the Celebration Bowl. Now, I get it. You know, you get money there. You don't with the playoffs. Plus, I mean, it's looking like y'all going to have a rematch with South Carolina State. It's looking like it. So, yeah, you got it. Because if y'all have this rematch and then next year y'all play in the MEAC SWAC Challenge, you know, that's a whole trilogy right there. You got to finish that. Then maybe you talk about it, if it's possible. My guy, what's up, Nuenzo?
What it do, man? Look, before I go any further, let me be the first to welcome everybody to Southern Hate Week. It's officially Southern Hate Week now. So look, we all the everything we wanted to the front of us. But look, let me address the last caller who said he was talking to somebody and they said, you know, all money ain't good money. Well, losing money is worse than getting good money.
Facts.
So you know, we can did that. But let me say this too. I agree for the most part. I do think we should run Tavion more in the red zone. But at the same token, though, to me, when we see it, it's low-hanging fruit. And I'm going to give you an example with this game.
Mm-hmm.
J.D. Martin had a good run in the red zone, fumbled the ball on the 8-yard line. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't fumble that ball. You get 3 points, so you get a touchdown. So, I mean, it's low-hanging fruit because Tavion has fumbled in the past too. And I know he's hot. And, again, I agree and think that he should get more carries. But in the same token, man, the players got to execute. You know, we had too many times in the red zone. Coaching was the reason why we came away with 0 points. I got to state that. You know what I'm saying? You know, the play was called even when Brown threw that interception. I mean, I hated the fact that we were trying to force-feed Travis and he fell down that particular play. If we don't get that turnover, because the way the defense was playing, all we needed, man, if that field goal doesn't get blocked, and we get one more field goal, this game, they aren't even threatening us. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So even if we were to get a touchdown, I mean, the game is well out of reach with the way the defense was playing. So, no, we didn't get the score that I thought that we would get, but the defense dominated in a fashion that I knew that we would. But I'm not necessarily concerned about the red zone offense because, and the reason why I'm not, typically we would be concerned, Kobe, is because if you're in a nip-and-tuck game. But honestly, the way our defense is, I'm not concerned in really being in a nip-and-tuck game. Right. This was the closest we got to a nip-and-tuck game today. And even with the way the play call was going, man, all we needed was field goals. And we dominated this game. I think, and again, this will be the 7th game in a row. The quarterback didn't get 200 yards passing.
Right.
And we held them well below the point. So, good game, man. We just got to rest up. And another thing, and I'll let you go. I'm actually glad that we played Campbell. I'm glad that Campbell plays the type of offense that they play because it gets us prepared for Southern. Because Southern's pretty much going to use their quarterback in the same fashion that Campbell did today. So, good little week ahead work for us. And, I love Go Tigers, man. Hey, look, you already know the deal. As soon as you touch down in the Jack, hit me up. I'm going to be there waiting on you. I got you covered, bro.
Yes, sir. Hey, I can't wait, bro. I can't wait to get on that plane Friday.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. I'm going to hit you up.
Later.
All right, bro. Yes, for everybody watching, for those of you who do not know, I will be at the Jackson State versus Southern game. It is official. I have booked my flights today. I have booked the hotel today. I have bought the tickets today. Y'all wasn't playing about that website either. Like it was a little hard to get them tickets. Like the website kept crashing. So yeah, we gonna talk about that later though. But I'm gonna be out there. And from what y'all been saying on Twitter, I gotta get out there at least 3 hours early. Good God. Carly, you live.
Hey man, I definitely agree with you were saying about feeding Tavion and making him the featured back and the bell cow running back. But in that red zone, like I said, they try to throw that fade to Travis. I know you were saying you got to try to get him the ball, but I like throwing the ball up to Shane Hooks in the red zone. You know, anytime they threw a slant to Shane or a fade to Shane, he seemed like he come down with it. You know what I'm saying, with his height and his size. So I wish they would have had Shane Hooks in on that red zone because, like I said, anytime they threw him the fade ball to slant, he come down with it. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to go up and high point to football.
And I don't disagree with you with that. I don't have a problem with them throwing it to Shane because that man is 6'5" and he's big body, long wingspan. I don't mind that. But after it doesn't work, like run it. You feel me? Like don't throw all 4 downs. Run it.
Right. I'm with you on that. I'm saying as opposed to just I know they was trying to get Travis a touchdown and get him the ball. I'm saying I probably would have had Shane out there. That's what I'm saying.
No, I get it. I agree with you. They didn't have to force feed him.
But yeah, man, the defense did a great job, and Geronte Davis, man, he played a hell of a game. Him and Aubrey, and man, them guys did a great job, and I love what they've been getting from number 6 at the safety position. So I think his name is Hobson. So he been playing a great job. I think he got a shot at going to the pros. So
no, you talking about Baron Hobson?
I enjoyed the game, man.
You talk about Baron Hobson?
No, number 6, the safety.
Oh, John Huggins.
Yeah, Huggins. I'm sorry, Huggins. Yeah, okay. That's his name, Huggins.
Right,
I think he got a shot at going to the pros, man. And I'm glad they still allow him to start, even though Shiloh came back. I'm glad they still allow him to stay in the starting lineup because he's having a hell of a season.
Oh, yeah. Hey, listen, I was so happy for Shiloh, man. He been waiting to get in. He gets in and immediately gets a big hit. That's what he does. It looks like his knee is okay. His knee is okay. They still need to work him back in a little bit. Be careful with him, but it looks like he's okay.
Hell yeah, man. They got a strong defensive backfield, strong linebackers. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. Looking forward. And South Carolina State looking good today, so that'll be just another matchup in the Celebration Bowl. So that'll be a hell of a game too.
Yeah, man. Listen, I mean, the big win was to beat North Carolina Central because everybody was giving them the MEAC. We still gotta beat everybody else. I ain't looking over nobody else in the MEAC, but
you can't
can't look over nobody else. But right now we in the driver's seat. That's all I'm gonna say. We in the driver's seat for that. So I'm good.
For sure, man. Good talking to you, Kobe. Take care, man.
Hey, good talking to you too, man. Thank you. All right, a lot of y'all been waiting on here. Let me get to it. Carla, you live?
Yes, Cole. How you doing?
How you doing, man?
Hey, man, I'm glad to see you come a long way, brother. God bless.
Appreciate it.
I want to say I see some concerns, Cole, from the nuance of the X and O's.
Uh-huh.
When they get in the 30 to the moving to the red zone, they have one of the best tight ends in the game, Stevens. I have yet to see him drop a pass yet. And he get open, and that little hesitation like he's going to block. And then when he step off the line and turn around right in front of the linebacker, he's open every time.
Right.
So they predictable right now. And I've seen this last year. People are able to read what they're doing because they're predictable. Instead of mixing it up. They have too much talent. J.D. Martin shouldn't be pounding up the middle. He should be using the slot back, a wraparound back, or a speed back, not doing Tavion Wilkerson's job going up the middle. He's not a pounding back. They have too much talent to be stagnated. And the play caller is suspect. Because you can line up and pick your poison who you're going to stick. You can't stick all the talent they have, but they make it easy because the play caller is suspect, and then they focus on one wide receiver. I think you should do all your reads, whoever open and give the ball. And then play action, if you play action fake on a speed defense, your screens, your play action fake going to freeze the linebackers, which is going to give you time to throw it out or a guard to your tight end. And that's where I don't see this. And this is where they were stagnated last year. Even though this was a very good test for them today. But this is what South Carolina State capitalized off last year. And nobody paid attention. See, South Carolina State was a better team. JSU had the hype. Now, going into this year, they should do better. But same thing will happen again if you don't make the corrections during practice, make these corrections, stop from making these mistakes. That's all I want to say, brother. But God bless, man, and keep up the good work. You're definitely on point, bro.
Hey, God bless you too, man. Thank you for calling. Yeah, I agree that the offense could have Barcelona. Here's the thing with Barcelona. I wasn't all the way upset with his play calling at points in the game. I loved it. You know, like that touchdown to the tight end. I loved it. I loved the play call. Caught him off guard. You know, that's when the momentum really started to shift. And other times I'm like, Barcelona, what the hell are you calling, bro? Like, why this? Like, why are we forcing Travis? Like, why are you running up the middle constantly when you know it's not working? And then there were times where he called the screen. I think it was on a third down. He called the screen and it picked up yards. You know, like he was very on and off this game. He was up and down this game. So I wasn't completely mad at it, but I wasn't completely happy with it as well. Oh my God, Ms. Ivy, hey, thank you so much for the $100. I really do appreciate that. Have fun at the JSU Southern game. You are a blessing. You're a blessing for that donation. I definitely thank you. And yeah, man, I can't wait to get there. I can't wait to get there this weekend. I know it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see y'all. Calling you up. Wait, hold on. I think they hung up. Let me see. Who is anonymous? Because y'all been on here for a minute. Anonymous, you live.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Kobe, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro?
What's going on with you, fam?
I'm doing all right, man. I don't know why I'm saying anonymous, man. I had to get a new phone, man. My phone was tripping out to the hurricane down here in Florida, man. But,
oh, you good?
Hey, man, shout out to you, man. You're doing a good job, bro, in covering this thing, man. I got to give my hat and my flowers off to JSU, man. I've been waiting to see them play a real FCS competitive team, and man, let me tell you something about Aubrey Miller. Do he remind you of Ray Lewis, bro?
Man, the way he was hitting out there, the way he was defending that, man, I'm so happy for Aubrey, man. Words can't describe. He balled today.
That's why I'm better playing watching FCS right now, bro. Like college ball, period, bro. He's everywhere. But yeah, man, you're definitely right. Tavion Wilkerson, when you get in the 30, he needs to be having the ball all the time. And like you say, if it don't work fully, give it the hooks. I think they really just wanted to get Travis involved for the recruits, but man, I'm just, so high on when the kid's not developed yet, you can't really have judgment because he's still a freshman. But man, I think that Travis got to do some more development because he was just getting thrown down by the DBs at receiver. At corner, he looked legit. He looked really legit.
Yeah, he looked real legit. He looked real legit at corner. Like, and that ain't no surprise. We know he's a talented receiver, but when them big boys come up to jam you, and you know you got that little slight frame on you, it's gonna be a little bit of a problem. And that was some of our concerns. He's still fine at receiver, but yeah, he could definitely benefit from some weight gain for sure.
Yes, sir. But I feel like Prime gonna get him right over, man. Keep doing a good job, bro. That's all I got, man. God bless.
Hey, God bless, bro. Hey, caller, you live.
Hey, this is Mr. Ford. How you doing?
Hey, Mr. Ford, how you doing?
Hey, all right. How's it going? I watched the game too. I'm really, to be honest with you, I'm glad this game is over with. I'm glad they won it. I'm looking forward to next week. I believe that this Southern game is a classic trap game.
Mm-hmm.
This is really a trap game.
I agree.
If they let down, I think Southern can pull the upset. But if they keep it up, they'll be all right. But if they let down now, listen, I'm just looking forward to next Saturday. I'm looking forward to next Saturday.
Mm. And let me ask you, in what way do you think Jackson State could potentially lose this game? Like what could they do to let this game get away from them next week?
I thought at the end of the game they didn't close the game out like I wanted them to. I thought they kind of lost their composure. I thought that there was too many penalties on Jackson at the end. See, those kinds of things right there, when you lose your composure, that will cause you to lose games. Now, I thought they were sharp for the first, second, and third, but I thought the fourth, I thought things got sloppy for Jackson. And now one thing that that Campbell team couldn't do, that Southern can do, is that Campbell couldn't quick strike Jackson.
Yeah.
Southern can quick strike you. With them wide receivers, Petrie and Dyson and that kid Sims and that other running back from Houston, they can quick strike you now. But I just believe that next week is a classic trap game. I really do. Yeah. Now let me say this to you. Also, I want you to keep your eye on this guy. He's the head coach at Benedict College. I think that guy's going to get either a job in the MEAC or he's going to get a job in the SWAC.
You know what? Enough people ain't talking about that, Mr. Ford. Got Benedict at a 6-0 record right now. I feel like they can go far in the playoffs too.
Yeah, and they spoiled 3 homecomings. They destroyed Fort Valley's homecoming. They beat up Albany State. I think Albany State was undefeated in the SIAC. Today they beat up Morehouse. This Benedict could end up undefeated. Yeah,
he turned that program around real quickly, kind of Coach Prime like.
He's got those big offensive linemen. That's what I like. He's got that big offensive lineman, and it's he coaches. That's right. He was at Southern. I think he was Dawson Odom's offense coordinator. But I think we need to keep our eye on this Chennis Berry, because I could see him in the MEAC and I could see him in the SWAC.
Thank you for bringing it up, Mister. That's an interesting conversation. I think we should talk more about that later on this week, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah. But listen, you have a good night, and I really enjoyed it. I'm just so glad that we won it. Because see, one of the things they keep throwing on us is that the SWAC can't win outside of the SWAC. Well, we put that to bed. We beat Campbell. Right. Okay. And hopefully in the mortar they send to us, we can beat them too. All right. Well, have a good night. Okay.
All right. You too, Mr. Ford.
Okay, bye-bye.
Like, hey, that last point he made, the wide opinion was that Jackson State couldn't win outside the SWAC. I mean, you'd be surprised on social media how many outside FCS fans of PWIs felt that way about the conference. No more. Carly, you live.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on with you?
Oh, man, I'm from Texas. I love everything you're doing, man. I support your podcast and everything.
I appreciate you. Talk a little bit louder so everybody can hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I love everything that you're doing. I support the podcast. I'm from Texas. I love everything that you're doing. I love that Deion Sanders, a.k.a. Prime Time, would consider his time to even indulge in Mississippi, man. I'm from Texas. So if we in Texas, we understand. We don't like it, but we understand what Mississippi going through besides of football. But it's a good thing that football is making this possible. And like I say, I love your podcast, brother. I love everything about you. I cash out you, and I love it.
Hey, thank you so much for the love, man. I honestly appreciate everybody who supports my page. Thank you for calling in.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, let's see. Let's get to it. Some of y'all been waiting for a minute. Carla, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, listen, man. Shout out to the Swag today winning our outside conference game.
Mm-hmm.
Those Tigers really show a lot of moxie, man. We almost beat ourselves, but one thing about a great team, the defense really stepped up today, even when the offense was struggling. I love to see the team just rally around. Before I go there, I hate that they was trying to force feed Travis the ball today. That was a little immature play calling, like they were saying earlier. They shouldn't have tried to beat passing the force or not, still a bad throw to the inside. You never throw it to where the DB can turn around and catch it. So there was a poor throw by Shador. Outside of that, man, JSU, believe it or not, is a run team first. I saw it today against those bigger D-lines. They have to be able to run and establish the run before that pass hit, man. What you think about that, Coach?
You know what? At first, this whole season, I thought Jackson State was going to be a pass-first kind of team just because of the weapons that they have. But looking at how they operate with Tavion in the backfield, and when Tavion gets that rhythm going, how well they play, how like the momentum they get. I can agree. It looks like they can be a run-first offense at the very least, balanced. But it's looking like they're going into a run-first. I didn't think they started off that way. But it's looking like they're heading that direction now because they realize Tavion is the bell cow.
Because coming out the halftime, you notice they started running, then they started hitting with the play action. Then that's when they was able to get Shane Hooks open one-on-one on the outside for that big pass play. It was all set up off the running of Tavion Wilkinson, man. And I'm telling you, they probably saving that guy a lot of carries so he could carry the bulk of the runs toward the end of the year. Because J.D. Martin, as good as he is, he's got some fumbleitis going on, and Sante's just a little too small. But I'm telling you, I think they're waiting until the end of the season to let Tavion just pound that rock, man, especially when it starts turning cold, buddy. I just want to throw that in there. Hey, man, we smoking on that camel pack tonight, man. Go JSU.
Hey, go JSU. Hey, thank you for calling in, man.
For sure, baby. Peace.
All right. No, that was a good point that he made towards the end. Once it get colder, defenses ain't going. If I'm a defender, I ain't gonna like having to tackle Tavion 20-something times a game when it's already cold outside. Ooh, I'ma hate it. I would hate it. I would hate that. Carla, you live.
Hello.
Hello, hey.
How you doing?
How you doing? Who's this?
This is Simone.
Oh, hey, Simone, what's going on?
What? I had to call in because I just wanted to talk about Jackson State and it being a complete team as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
So when one thing doesn't work, we try something different. So today, the wide receivers were kind of off, so it seemed like maybe Campbell's run defense was kind of lacking. So, of course, they're going to run the ball more.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shador was kind of off today. So, I guess they decided to run it more. But I wanted to say that Campbell's defense, I was impressed by their defense, and I was also impressed by their O-line. They held up for as long as they could, but it seems like after the third quarter, they were getting kind of tired. So the only thing that I would say for the defense is they missed way too many tackles. I think there's probably about 10 to 15 tackles that were missed. Even with them being that dominant, they just run after the quarterback and they leave that little space open. And so that caused for a lot of missed plays. But other than that, the defense was good. Shout out to our kicker, Mata. He kept the game out of reach for Campbell by putting in those extra points.
Definitely did. The unsung hero, to be honest with you.
Thanks for the show.
Hey, thank you for calling in. Yeah, listen, Mata is the. I'm a Trey. You know, I'm big on Trey Glenn, and he is balling for UAPB. But Mata, I have to give Mata his props, man. The unsung hero of today. I mean, if this was JSU's kicker from last year, who knows how this game goes? Now that boy is on point. That boy is on point. He's accurate. I give him that. He accurate. And I know somebody talked about the ESPN coverage. We gonna talk about that. Boy, I was getting pissed off. Calling you live.
Hey, what's going on, my man? My name's Joe, coming from San Francisco, California. I appreciate watching what Prime is doing with his sons and with other young men I've coached before, and just seeing how like they building up their character. Like you can tell their character they're building this year when they played South Carolina State, because Campbell was similar to the same type of competition, but you could tell they developed a little more through adversity. So it's good to see the youngsters grow, man. I'm just happy to see them doing their thing, and I'll be watching you every now and then too, brother. So I'm proud of you, brother. Keep doing your thing as well.
Hey, thank you so much for calling in, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Calling you live. Talk to me.
Kobe, what's going on?
What's going on with you?
This Dev, I talked to you on Twitter and Instagram, Dev All Wild.
Yes, sir. My dog, what's going on?
So listen, man, I got two things and then I got a question at the end. So, I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. I was pissed with the red zone play calling, man. Red zone is terrible. It's just ridiculous. But I feel the same way as everybody else felt. But I will give Bartolone. I'll throw him some bail a little bit on the play calling throughout the game. Because if you look at it, when we're trying to run the ball, you have to establish the run, right? But because, everybody says we're a pass first team.
Right.
But when they're running two safeties and three safeties at sometimes, you have to try to establish a run. I'll give Campbell credit. That front four and those two linebackers, they were doing a great job of stuffing the run for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first thing as the offensive, as a play call, you're like, hey, we have to establish a run so the pass can open up. Unfortunately, they weren't able to do that for a while, but it is what it is. But I will ask you this. Of course, you win the game. I'm not happy on, just how it looked, because I think they should have, had at least 30-plus points. So when you win a game like this, what do you think is the narrative on, hey, they barely won, or, Campbell could have beat him if, or, Shador didn't look that great. Obviously the haters are going to have to come up with something.
Right.
So do you think that this is a win against Campbell is enough? Winning by, and again, we all agree it was 22-7. Some people, of course, are going to say 22-14, but do you think that was enough? Or do you think the win should have been bigger to, I don't know if I want to say satisfy the haters or just satisfy people who are on that whole, Jackson State has to play somebody, and this being that game that everybody's waiting for. Do you think this was enough? Do you think it needs to be more? What's your thoughts on that?
No, that's a good. First of all, that's a good question. So thank you for asking it. It's never going to be enough, ever. Like it's they're going to find a way to move the goalpost in some way, shape, or form. It's never going to be enough for the people who are naysayers of Jackson State, when chances are their team wouldn't have even gotten that close with Campbell. It's never going to be enough for people watching this game. Like, you're going to see. Everybody thought they was going to lose. You feel me? So the fact that they win, somebody going to get on and say, well, Shador looked bad. Travis ain't all that. He got thrown around. Like, it's always going to be something. They always going to nitpick. So personally, I do think this is enough. I do. But just because everybody had them losing to Campbell. Everybody had them losing to Campbell. I think this is enough. Y'all, like, everybody wanted to see them play outside competition. They did. They won. The defense was dominant. It was 22-7, no matter what the score officially says. So you held them under your national average by 2 points. I mean, they did just fine. I mean, of course they could have done better. To be honest, nobody's played a perfect game all season in the SWAC anyway. Not from what I've seen. Not ever since the Week 1 59-3 win versus FAMU. Nobody's played a perfect game in the SWAC or MEAC. So, like, I ain't even trying to hear what the haters got to say, to be honest with you. I think it's enough.
Okay, yeah. And I feel that way too, because like you said, to your point, everybody was saying, hey, they had Campbell winning. They didn't think that Jackson State could compete with Campbell. And honestly, it was a dominant performance. Like, being able to, although you're not scoring in the red zone, which is just piss poor, like, it really pisses me off.
Mm-hmm.
They were getting down there with ease, but you have to be able to finish. And my last point about the red zone, when you have a 6'5" Shane Hooks and a 6'5" Malachi Wyman, you can put both of those guys on the outside. And even to the point about Travis Hunter, kind of getting pushed around, I wouldn't say he was getting pushed around, but hey, maybe you use your two bigger guys on the outside and put him in the slot, or you put one of your big guys on the outside, one of your big guys in the slot, so that way he can work on the outside and give him some room. It's just, I think, with all the athletes they have, you can do a little bit more, and obviously, hand the ball off when it's 2nd and 5, inside the 5 or inside the 6, and you just need, 5 yards to get a first down. But
right.
All in all, I mean, a win is a win. I hope this will be great for the recruiting. On the next week. I appreciate you, man. I still, always tune in, always tap in with you on Twitter and Instagram, man. Appreciate what you're doing. I'll let you go.
Hey, I appreciate you too, man. Thank you for calling in. And to the point about Travis, I don't think he really got pushed around either. But I just feel like that's what people are going to say, just because of that one play where he stumbled. But I do think he could benefit from a little bit more weight gain, which he will. He's only a freshman, coming back off an injury at that. So I think he looked well considering it, as long as he'd been out. And we didn't even talk about the recruits. Oh my goodness, man! Like, over 1,100 recruits. They're expecting what in the next 2 weeks. I think the recruits that came today, which by the way, there were a lot. I think some of their minds changed. I'm gonna be honest with you. Homecoming looked lit. I know those kids was on campus for more than a day. Somebody gonna switch. Somebody gonna turn over. Somebody left this game. Some high-profile recruiter said, "I might got to make that trip to Jackson. I might got to make that commit to Jackson." So we're going to be on the lookout for that. We are definitely going to be on the lookout for that. Hey, Carl, you live.
How you doing, Coach?
How you doing? What's your name?
Yeah, this is Ruben from Memphis.
Okay, how you doing, man?
Pretty good, sir. It's easy to be a coach from home, but Campbell, that's a good ball club. It's an overall solid team, and I think it was a good thing that Jackson State had a chance to play a school like Campbell, because they can learn a lot more different formations that you probably won't see in the SWAC.
Mm-hmm.
But still, Jackson State did a good job today, but Campbell, that's a pretty good ball club. I think Coach Sanders and the Coach Campbell got things together, and it was a good game. Very good game, sir.
It was a very good game, and I think we could all appreciate the fact that Campbell came in and gave such a great effort. It's really no disrespect towards Campbell. I know, it's a lot of joking and trash talking and all that, but I genuinely respect that team. I love their head coach, and I love everything that he stands for, and the amount of respect that he had for Jackson State even before the game, man. I respect that program, and honestly, I would love to see them do a home and home, maybe get a little series going where we see this on a yearly basis,
Yes, sir. Really, the two coaches, I had a chance to see a school that I would probably say Jackson State would have never played if Coach Sanders wasn't there.
Right.
That's just my opinion, okay? And I think I'm due for 50 for one day. All right. You have a blessed evening, okay?
Hey, you too. Thank you for calling in. Nah, man, she makes a great point. She makes a great point. I would love to see Campbell and Jackson State on a yearly basis. Like, I would love to see it. I'm gonna be honest with you. At least next year. I hope they put it back on the schedule next year. You know what the Campbell's coach say? He was looking for. He wanted to see where his program was, so he wanted to schedule a top FCS school. And he looked at Jackson State, and he felt like Jackson State is one of those top schools in the FCS. Let's schedule them and let's see where we are. He used you guys as a measuring stick to see where his program was. That is first of all, that's a great compliment to you. That's a great compliment to just Jackson State in general. And I like that guy, man. I really do. I like that guy. Shout out to Campbell, man. Nothing but respect for him. Hey, caller, you live.
Hey, how you doing? Now this is Ray from Atlanta.
Hey, Ray, what's going on?
Hey, it's all good, bro. Hey, I'm looking at. I like what I see with Jackson State. Love Coach Prime. Love Coach Miller from Campbell. Just their spirit and interaction was so pleasant to see. After we won't mention the Alabama State game, but here's my one and only concern with Jackson State is that our red zone performance is horrendous. It's nearly ranked like 48th, 49th in FCS.
48th.
Say again?
Yeah, they're 48th in the country in red zone offense.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think is going on there? What are we going to have to do? Because the defense is in most of their categories ranked in the top 5 or at least in the top 10. But when we get inside the 20, and I understand air raid offenses are traditionally not built for red zone, but what do you think is going to have to be a change to make some movement for the offense as it relates to red zone performance?
I just think, when you're going into the red zone, certain personnel needs to be on the field. I get you're high on every back, but I want Tavion, and that's just that. Also, I'm going to take my shot through the air with a bigger body receiver like Shane Hooks. They even had Malachi Wyman in it, but I think he caused the false start. And you know how that goes. You mess up in a game that's this close, you might get a chance, but you probably ain't gonna get another chance because of who's all in that room. But I throw it up to a Malachi or to a Shane. But once that doesn't work, I'm going to stick to the ground. And I think they haven't been doing it. Everything is pass. I think they became kind of prisoners of the moment. Tonight, it was today. It was homecoming. 60,000. Travis is back. ESPN cameras. You want to get him a touchdown? I get it. You want to force him the ball is 1-on-1. Shouldn't do that. Just run the ball and you're trying to win a game first. You're trying to stay undefeated. So I think that's what Jackson State needs to do to get better in the red zone. Do I think they're gonna move up from 48th? Probably, I don't know. I feel like they kind of stuck in their ways. We halfway through the season, so hopefully they can get better with that. But I mean, that to me, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Careful with your personnel. Take a couple shots with the big receivers, but I'm gonna run the ball.
Now here's the thing with I get it with the red zone. I guess the coaches are liking what they're receiving, but when you look at an air raid offense, when we people are talking about they're not balanced enough, I have an opinion about that. But how do you see them as far as run versus pass and whether they're well balanced or not?
It's like they so inconsistent. Right? Like we don't even get a good consistent look from them on a weekly basis when it comes to passing the football. And I think that, they're at a point now where they're forcing it just because of who they have. They're not balanced anymore. I do think they are in the position of transferring into a run first team. I do. I'm seeing the shift from a weekly basis. It started off as pass first. Then, they start to look balanced as the season went on. Now they're looking like a run first team. Like they need production in the run game to get things going. And you know, they're way better than where they were last year with the run game, so give them credit for that. But nah, they're starting to look like a run first team because I mean, if we being honest, they look like they play better. Like the offense functions better when Tavion is in when he's in rhythm, when he's getting going, when he's averaging like 4 yards a carry and he's breaking tackles. It seems like the offense it moves more smoothly. Like they need him. They need him to run the ball more.
Yeah, I agree with you. Today was the first time I can recall them being in 12 personnel where they had one running back and 2 tight ends. Maybe they've done that before. But, you know, but when you come from the Mike Leach air raid offense, the definition of being balanced, according to Mike Leach, is that he wants his running back or the group of running backs to gain somewhere between 900 to 1,400 yards a season. And then each of those positions, the X, the H, the Y, and the Z, he wants them to gain also 1,000 yards. And that's just not 1,000 yards per receiver, but 1,000 yards per position. And so, you know, the X and the Z is the ones taking the top off the defense, and the H and the Y are the ones that are doing all the underneath work. So do you see that as a more palatable solution to balance, or do you think we need to go maybe old school tradition and you know, yard for yard pass and run?
I definitely don't think that's possible for Jackson State, not at this point, because when they get back, like when they start passing the ball, I'm not saying this is what it is, but it looks like Shedeur is just always looking for Dallas because he's that reliable. Like it's not really, you know, like and then with the personnel that they keep in there, it seems like they want to just keep the same few receivers. Like they're getting back to that. You have a whole run. I want to see Kevin on the field more. Like, you know, we don't always have to see Willie, Dallas, Shane. You have a whole run. You know, but you know, when he drops back to pass, I feel like he's always looking for Dallas. He's always looking for Dallas. So now I don't think it's going to be possible for more than one guy to get 1,000 yards. I don't even think one guy is going to get 1,000 yards, to be honest with you, because that's just the type of quarterback Shedeur is. Like he gonna get everybody the ball, you know, whatever's clever to get down the field. But too many times he looks for Dallas too much. Also, I think what was the second part of that question you said? Like a more yard for yard offense?
The second part of that was that, you know, Mike Leach, you know, some consider the father of the air raid, looks at not just like 4 receivers getting 1,000 yards, but you know the 4 positions, the X, the H, the Y, and the Z, that by position they get 1,000 yards. Whether you have 3 receivers at the X and each one gets 350 or a combination thereof. But I guess that's neither here nor there. That's an interesting conversation to carry on. Last thing, was this the first game where Shedeur went up under center?
I don't think this was the first game. We've seen Shedeur under center before. This wasn't the first game.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do you remember another game? Because I can't remember a game where he went under center before. He went under center versus FAMU. Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure he went versus FAMU, maybe versus Alabama State too.
For his professional prospects. So, but either way, brother, hey, love your channel, love your professionalism, love what you're doing. Hey, keep kicking it, brother. Keep putting episodes out there. Have a good one.
Hey, you too. Thank you. No, but 3 receivers getting over 1,000 yards, it's not happening at this point. I didn't even think it was going to happen before the season, to be honest with you. Caller, you live.
Hey, brother. Thanks for taking my call. I love your program. I've been watching it all season. I want to say this. I want to try to get my main points out. Hunter is going to be a true Heisman Trophy winner. No doubt. That boy's electric. You seen, I mean, they just was just double and triple team when he was out there on offense. That boy's the truth. I really didn't. He's the truth. It's the play caller and the personnel. Why the hell are you running? I'm sorry. Why are you running Martin on the inside? That's an outside runner. You need to get the ball to the outside toss. Right. You need to keep Simeon Wilkinson and have him around a lot of inside. It's the personnel. I think early on, they was pressing and they started overpassing because they were trying to chase a Heisman thing that got to the quarterback and it affected his performance. But Simeon Wilkinson is going to get 1,000 yards. Dallas Gaines is going to get 1,000 yards. And probably one of those other outside receivers is going to get 1,000 yards. You just need, but they have 6 more games.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe Simeon is probably already up to close to 700 yards. So see, I look at the game. I can keep stats. Look it up. I'm pretty close. I don't have stats right here in front of me, but he got 110, 120 yards a day.
Simeon,
and
Simeon can get to 1,000. Simeon can get to 1,000. Dallas, because he does get the majority of the attention. But the next leading receiver on that team, statistically, is Willie Gaines, I believe. And I think coming into this game, he had about 200 or something. So things gonna really have to turn around for him to get to 1,000. But I think he gets to like 500-600 on the season.
Yeah, I thought Gaines may have had more yards, but I could be mistaken. But I believe Dallas Daniels. This is what I want to say about Dallas Daniels. You're going to have about 11, 12 players in the next 2 years going to go out and going to leave Jackson State. Dallas Daniels, he's the only one getting open, bro. They're pressing those other receivers. He's just a good damn receiver. Mm-hmm. Right now, if he went into the draft, I guarantee he'll be a 3rd-round draft choice. He's moving himself up to a middle 2nd-round draft choice. That's a possession receiver, and that boy, he can turn it on after he gets the ball. And I just want to know where all those haters at. They wanted. I can't believe the hate. Walker Payton and Deion Sanders are my 2 favorite players of all time. 55 years old.
Right.
And I didn't really know that people hated Deion. Man, me and Deion about the same age. And that's the only player that I just like. But I just like his arrogance. I'm a Scorpio. I just like his arrogance.
Right.
But man, and I agree with you. I want Campbell to continue to be on the schedule. I love that coach. But it was some talk about we getting the first BCS Black Conference, and I don't know if you done heard about it. It's been thrown out. My choices would be Jackson State, Grambling, Tennessee State, North Carolina, A&T, and then you can get 5 from the SWAC and 5 from the MEAC, and you can make it work. So if these haters keep on talking, that just might happen. Thank you for taking my call, brother.
Hey, thank you. I did not know that was being thrown out there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did not know. I don't know how much validity there is to that, but if that was to happen, I'm gonna look into that. Caller, you live.
What's going on, Kobe?
What's going on with you?
Man, just chilling, man. Calling from Jackson, Mississippi.
Okay, hey, what's up, man? What's going on with you?
Okay, this is what I got to say.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm tired of everybody getting on here. Everybody say it couldn't be done. But guess what we did? We seen it through. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like everybody want to say, oh, this, and we, of course, okay, we know Campbell had a good defense.
Right.
Of course, they played a hell of a game. A lot of our receivers couldn't get open. That's what happens when you play good defense like that. And that's what I try to explain to people. We're not expecting to score 40, 50 points a game. Every team scheme is different. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. So
everybody say, okay, can't no swag school beat the PWI. We done did things, so we shouldn't hear no more about what we can't do. Now, Tavion played a hell of a game. Do I think that we should have ran more of the outside? I do think we should have done it because they really aggressive on the line and they crashed in a lot. So we had the outside open all game long.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That just going back to who did they lose to? They lost to what is East Carolina, right?
Yeah.
See how they were doing a lot of the. Yeah, you see how they were doing a lot of the what they were doing, like the little they was doing the little flip plays, the little, you know what I'm saying, the little toss plays, and they was killing Campbell. Campbell did not have an answer for it the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine if Jackson State just would have did that. How even I'm talking about how if we would have just did that, ran the same scheme they did. Oh, it would have been a 50. It would have been a 50-point game. It would have been a whole blowout.
Mm. Right.
But,
I think
you know,
a lot of the reason a lot of the reason why it was so much of a slugfest in the first half was because, number one, I felt like they were feeling each other out. I mean, not only could we feel how big of a game this was, these two teams were unfamiliar with each other, so you wanted to figure each other out. You know, you've been hearing all the stuff about Campbell if you're Jackson State, and if you're Campbell, you've been hearing all the stuff about Jackson State, just how good they were and how much talent they have. You want to feel each other out. You want to see exactly where these guys are from a skill wise, talent wise. You just want to see where it was at. Once you kind of got comfortable with each other, I think that's when they really start letting the cat out of the bag. They started getting a lot more comfortable, and that's where you started to see more shots being taken. But go ahead.
Yeah, but like I was, you know, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was sitting here watching the game. To be honest, if Aubrey Miller didn't miss that sack when the quarterback ran into the touchdown, Campbell would have only scored 7 points. Campbell would have only scored 7 points. You know what I'm saying? Because they got the touchdown towards the end of the game, but I'm like, that's not the end. You know what I'm saying? But I always told myself the reason why I wasn't so worried about it because I knew Campbell is a first half team. Campbell don't score in the second half. If they got you, it's like when they played North Carolina, they went up on them in the first half. That's why the second half they didn't score nothing. They ain't scored anything. And they've been doing it week after week, and you see it. You know what I'm saying? But I told them, I said, you can't play Jackson State like this.
Right.
But that's all I got, though, Cole. But, you know, go Tigers, man. Tiger Nation.
Hey, go Tigers, bro. I hope to see you when I get out there this weekend, bro.
Oh, yeah. I'm on that.
Yes, sir. All right. Let me see. We got a lot of callers. It's about 8 o'clock. I told you I was going to stay on for an hour, and I got to get up out of here. So I'm going to take a few. For everybody calling in, I'm going to take your call, but you can't be on too long. All right. I gotta go in a little bit. Caller, you live.
Peace, Kobe. How you doing?
How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing excellent, man. Like everybody, first of all, like, subscribe to the channel. Kobe, I know you got to get out of here. You're a family man.
Yeah.
But let me just say 3 things, 3 letters, J-S-U. I got to get that in there. Second thing I'm going to get in there, it was good to see Beasley out there from St. John's Bosco.
Loved how he played. Yes.
Get the wreck on. He'll get a wreck on. He got beat on that last play, but that was just a perfect pass. And that was the end of the game. So, you know, whatever.
Plus, that tight end was 3 times his size, man. Like, you know.
He's huge.
Yeah, he was huge, man.
Tight end is a mountain. And that daggone 75 on the line was a mountain.
Yes.
The boy looked like he was about 8 feet out there. I don't know if he can move, but he's huge. But anyway, Tavion Wilkerson that's my homeboy. Like, I'm rolling with Tavion. Give him, I'm like, my man first. Give Tavion the damn ball. I don't mean to curse. Excuse me. I don't want
no, you good.
You
good. You good over here.
Get a man the ball. And it's like, the thing I want to see Barloni do is get more creative with the run selections. It's not the runs, it's the run selection. You know what I'm saying? You've seen they plug in the A gap, get to them other gaps or get to the outside.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And set up the run. Use the run to set up the pass. Use the pass to set up the run. You know what I mean? Too many receivers, and Campbell was not a threat and not putting pressure on Shador the way that Alabama State was, and the way that the last team, BC, was doing. You see what I'm saying? They had a rush.
Yeah.
They had a rush on Shador, but this game, the rush was no threat. You know what I'm saying? The rest is really not a threat. So I would have went 4 receivers, maybe 5, and Tavion still had a day. You know what I mean? And the only fault that I see really, other than that, you know what I'm saying, the reason why they didn't have that many points, they had Hunter in the game, and they was just trying to get him a touchdown. You see what I'm saying, at that end. And I don't know if he got pushed because the ESPN camera work, I don't know if that's their cameras or whoever they work with ESPN Plus, but it was ragged.
It was just horrible.
It was ragged.
Right.
ESPN need to get their stuff together. But I think he got pushed. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't called, but we ain't gonna get into sweat referees. That's a whole nother show. But you know what I mean? I think they were just rushing to trying to get Hunter the ball instead. You know what I'm saying? They could have just had Tavion to run out or, you know what I'm saying, run a mesh play or something like that and got in the end zone. And but anyway, that interception right there was something that shouldn't. You know, it was one that didn't have to happen.
Yeah, it didn't. It didn't have to happen. It didn't have to happen.
Yeah, but anyway, Kobe, I ain't gonna be long-winded as promised because I know you got things to do. Like I said, bro, everybody is cheering for you to watch this channel. I'm seeing you grow. You're doing your thing. The content is great. The vibe and your aura is great, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got a good aura and a good charisma about yourself. Keep on growing.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
All right, peace.
Peace. Yeah, hey, Tavion Beasley played a hell of a game. And if it wasn't so much people on the defense who were making plays, Tavion, he still should deserve the credit, honestly. That boy was playing. That boy was playing. I don't fault him for that last touchdown. That tight end was 3 times his size. And he was a grad senior? No, hell no. I don't blame him for that. And then he played perfect coverage on the tight end. Like, the dude was just bigger than him. There was nothing he could do. Nah, Tavion played a hell of a game. I'm gonna take about 2 more callers, and I'm gonna talk to y'all for a little bit, and I'm gonna get off. Caller, you live.
Hello.
Hello, yes, sir.
Hey, what's going on, Kobe?
What's going on with
you? Man, from Houston.
Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I just want to say, man, I'm proud of you. I support you. Like they say, you gonna be big, Kobe. You got the voice for this. You gonna be probably the next Stuart Scott around here.
I appreciate you.
But yeah, man. But with the Jackson State game, man, I just want to say, stop running Martin through the tackles.
Mm-hmm.
That's horrible.
Right.
They need to give Kevin Coleman. They need to put Kevin Coleman back on punt return.
Yeah.
They need to at least use Kevin Coleman more in the slot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Malachi Wyman did. I don't even know why he's not getting no more minutes no more, but he needs to get used more. I think Hooks is like a possession receivers, but to get them down the field, them big long play balls, Wyman needs to be in there along with Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the defense doing good. I think they should I don't know about Shiloh's health, but I think his swag on the field would have lifted the whole defense to a whole nother level. I don't even think they would have scored. Because him just hitting I know they probably don't want him in coverage too much like that, but him hitting, that would have woke the whole, him and Miller out there hitting today, that would have woke up everybody.
Right.
That would have shook the whole stadium up.
Right. I agree with you. Especially with that point about Santee and what was the other one? JD running through those tackles. They got to stop. They are speed backs. They are,
they got. It's like they got to make a choice, man. I know they got the receiver room full, but they're going to have to go consistent. I know they bring in Willie, on big plays. I think they bring in Willie Gaines just like the Bucs bring in Scotty Miller. Like Tom Brady be trying to throw D-balls to Scotty Miller. That's how they try to catch him, catch him on the D-ball. But other than that, I think Kevin should be in there. That's just my opinion.
Right.
I think Hooks probably don't got the speed like that to get down, but he's a mean possession receiver. They can use, but I think Wyman should be in there. I just don't know what's going on. But the defense looking good. I think they should stop using Travers so much on offense and let them just be locked down and then bring him in like that because the receiver room full. And you don't want to turn your other, your studs away from the program.
I agree. Hey, thank you so much for calling, man. I appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you, man.
All right. All right, let me see. I took the number off because matter of fact, I ain't gonna do y'all like that. It's 3 more callers in here. I'm gonna get to y'all 3. Then I'm gonna talk for a little bit and I'm gonna get off. I ain't gonna do y'all because y'all been waiting. Caller, you live.
Hey, Toby, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. One of your callers said that he didn't realize there was so much hate for Deion. I think the hate that you're saying from Deion is one is jealousy. Jealous that he chose Jackson State. If the shoe was on the other foot and he had went somewhere else, he would be getting the same flag from at their school.
Right.
And I think they envious because of what he's bringing to Jackson State. And so we can't continue to let that get to us. We got to win. I'm tired of our guys. I know some things that we do need to clean up. But I'm so glad that we got this done. I know the haters won't shut up. That's okay. We just want to continue to keep proving them wrong.
Right. No, I definitely agree with you. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You wasn't finished. Go ahead.
Want to send prayers for traveling grace for Coach Mentor and his team back to, I guess they're from North Carolina. Campbell is a good team.
They are.
A good team.
They are.
I hope to see them again next year on our schedule. But yeah, it was a good turnout today. I'm so proud of the I Love. We got the dub. That's what the haters are talking about. Don't give them your energy because the haters gonna hate regardless.
I hear that. Facts.
And love what you're doing. I pray that you have safe travels next weekend. Look forward to seeing you at the vet.
Hey, I can't wait to see y'all either, man. Thank you. I'm excited. It's been a long time.
Bye-bye.
All right. Yes. It's my sister texting me now talking about you coming. Like, yeah, I'm gonna come. Like, no. Like the party started at 8. Black people don't get there when it just starts. I'm gonna come late when everybody get there. I ain't trying to be one of the first ones. Hey, caller, you live.
Hey, what's up, Kobe?
What's going on with you?
Hey, nothing question for you. Shador still in the Heisman race?
Nah, I think they're gonna knock him down for this one. They probably gonna knock him off, but he's definitely going down for this one. First of all, let's be clear. He was never gonna win it. They are not going to give it to an HBCU quarterback. If they ain't give it to McNair, they not gonna give it to Shador. That's not gonna happen. Those people it would be an outrage. But for him to be in the race was, it was pretty big, right? Because he was putting up the numbers and everything like that. But even though they got the win, statistically, like that, there's a lot of things that goes into this Heisman race: popularity, statistics, wins. It's already a quarterback award, but you need all those things. So the fact that I think when he only had 100 and something yards today, threw a couple of picks, they gonna punish him for that performance. You have to be consistent. You have to be consistent on a weekly basis. That's how they, especially when the race is getting close, that's how they really decide it. Right now, I think they're going to move him down a lot, or, he's going to be out the race. But that's not to say that he can't get back in it, because that quarterback, that other FCS quarterback, I forget that man's name, but I know he plays for UIW. He's going to move up, probably in Shador's spot, because, he's been playing consistently on a weekly basis. But they're gonna punish Shador for this one.
Yeah, I think the play calling that is just immature, man. They forcing it, and I think that it's starting to be shown that I think those receivers have a hard time creating separation. If you look at the Alabama State game, Tennessee State, and then now this, everybody that gets up and kind of challenges those guys, they struggle a little bit.
Right. And I don't know, man. Looking at Shador, obviously I wasn't happy with the play calling. I wasn't happy at the fact that they kept forcing the ball to Travis, but something about Shador looked a little off to me. It ain't nothing big, but something about him it seemed off. So I'm not gonna make excuses for him or anything, but that's just something I noticed with him.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, man. Keep doing your thing, bro.
Hey, I appreciate you. Thank you for calling. All right, let me see. We're going to get to the last caller. Hey, caller, thank you so much for your patience. You are the last caller of the night. How are you? You alive?
Yeah, what's good, Coach? How you doing? I seen you on Kenny's show with Kenny and Zoe.
Oh yeah. No, those my dogs right there.
Yeah, this nerd. What's up, man?
Okay, what's going on with you?
I just want to say, I'm good. I'm gonna be brief.
Mm-hmm.
First thing first, I don't know who in the hell was running that camera work, but they gotta go.
Horrible.
I don't know what ESPN was doing.
Right.
Also, like the iPad crash, man. I couldn't even pull up the game for a second. It was a lot of pauses in between the game.
Yeah.
Well, like the app was malfunctioning. Like, bro, I don't know who we got to talk to about that, but they got to get that together.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that was terrible. I just got off and I was like, bro, why am I paying for ESPN? I can just get on YouTube. But yeah, that, and then on top of that, man, them refs were a joke. They hired them. They hired them out of a phone book. Bro, them refs started, man. It was terrible calls. There's a lot of calls that should have been called. When a dude had pancake number 32, picked his helmet up and threw it.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy, man.
Yeah, man, that was crazy. I was like, man, I was surprised they had called the one on Travis. Or what the one against Travis, I was like, bounce down, they started calling stuff. So, yeah, man, like I said, them refs was a joke. What was that with the drone? That was crazy. Yeah. But, yeah, shout out to the kicker. Shout out to Tavion. Shout out to Aubrey. Aubrey cut up. We already knew that. But, yeah, just what somebody else was saying, I'm a little concerned with the play calling. They got way too much personnel to be getting held to, 2 and out, and 3, three and out. They got way too much personnel for that. So, yeah, I am a little disappointed with the play call. I would like to see more. But, yeah, man, away from that, I ain't going to be too long, bro. But I appreciate you letting me come on.
Hey, thank you for calling, man. Hey, I appreciate you calling for real, man. Hey, you were waiting a long time, so you know I had to get to you. Thank you, man.
I appreciate it. No problem, bro. Good show today, man.
Hey, appreciate it. Thank you. Now, that drone, because I forgot about that. What was that about? Who was that? Did they ever get to the bottom of that? Who was that, man? Why? Oh, I was laughing. Listen, I'm going to, y'all know by now, I'm going to be in Jackson. You know, my flight is Friday. I'm going to leave out on Monday. So, you know, I'm going to be there for a little while. Number one, let me know what me and my girl gonna be there. What are some fun things we can do? After the game, because I'm gonna still be there after the game. What are some fun things we can do? Is there something going on campus? Do y'all have any things me and my girl can do in the city? Let me know what's up. Let me know. Type it in the comments. Let me know. I want to know. I want to experience things. I want to experience everything while I'm down there. Because after this, y'all probably won't see me again until the Celebration Bowl. Southern's Joe. Who said Southern's Joe? Shut up. Y'all funny. Yeah, let me know. Hey, and also while y'all here, man, do I really need to get to the stadium 3 hours early, bro? Why are y'all like this? Why? For what? Where I'm gonna get? Y'all making me feel like I gotta get a whole itinerary, man. I gotta hit up Zoe. I'm gonna have to hit up Zoe. I know Ken gonna be there. You know, y'all talking about something about a mile walk. I don't even know what that's about, but I don't want to do it. Traffic will be ridiculous. God. All right. Okay. I guess we have to get up early then. That's just what it is. All right. I also applied for a sideline pass. I would love to be on the sideline for that game, so I applied for a media pass. If anybody knows the director of compliance out there at Jackson State, man, tell them. Let them know. Hey, Kobe from Blitz City, he emailed you, he called you. I'm gonna have to call this man probably Monday, because I know he ain't gonna be in the office tomorrow. But I'm trying to get that press media pass for sure, so I can be on the sideline, and I could just be right there recording. So I feel like that'll be good content. Okay, all right. So I gotta get there. I gotta get to the stadium. What, 2 hours? The game started at 1, right? The game started at 1. So I don't know. Probably get there at 11. Is that okay? Like for me to get a good seat, I get there at 11. I guess I gotta get there early because y'all gonna be tailgating and I'm gonna want to eat something. You feel me? Like I ain't know y'all was like that. I didn't know y'all be that serious about getting to that stadium. I'm glad I ain't driving. Let me see. You gonna vlog? I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it. Ken is should be. I'm gonna have to call him. I booked everything today. I was like, okay, bet we in here. Like I'm finna go to my first Jackson State game. That y'all talking about, hey, get they 2 to 3 hours early. I'm like, what? Like what y'all talking about, man? Forget about concessions. Oh, cause they taxing? They that high? If I'm hungry enough, I'll pay the price. But I mean, what y'all serving? 10:30 to 11:45 for tailgating. Okay. All right, bet. That's you. Hey. Oh, all right. All right. Let me. They better not try me. I hate to get out of character. I would hate to get out of character. Don't try me. Bro, how can I call you? DM me on IG. DM me on IG. I definitely respond there and DM me on IG. Oh, okay. Well, Ken is all gonna be tailgating. I got that part covered then. I got that part covered. Forget concessions because you'll be there. Okay. All right, bet. Man, but yeah, man, listen. Overall, ESPN horrible. I hope this Amazon Prime deal falls through for Coach Prime. I really do. I don't want to deal with it no more. My screen blacked out twice. It was freezing so much times. Like I can't do it no more. I cannot do it no more. As for the Celebration Bowl outlook, it looks like it's going to be a rematch again. My prediction is still safe. South Carolina State, Jackson State rematch. Thank God they pulled it out today. Oh, I wish I could have been at that game, but I didn't want to miss this versus Campbell, so I decided to stay home and watch. But I wish I could have been in Orangeburg cheering them boys on. So hey, any South Carolina State people watching, man, thank God we got this win. I'm happy for y'all. I'm proud of y'all. I'm glad we got this win versus Central. Now we in the driver's seat. What else I have to say? Wasn't there an upset today? Did Texas Southern beat somebody? They wasn't Alcorn. They beat Alcorn, right? That's crazy. Absolutely insane. Okay, I got it. I got you. Hey, listen. Y'all know I ain't social, so but I gotta go to this party. So it's my brother, his family. I gotta do it. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I love y'all. The Berg was lit. I bet they was. Man, I wish I was there. I swear I wish I was there, bro. But I couldn't miss this game. I've been waiting too long for it. But yeah. It was females though. Yeah. But yeah, man. I'm gonna get up out of here. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Ms. Ivy too, thank you again for your generous donation. That is very much appreciated. And we gonna talk more. We're gonna have the top 10 plays of the week coming. Go ahead and watch it for last week because I was a little late on that. But it's almost at 1,000. Go ahead and get that to 1,000 views. And man, we on the road to 10K. And I've been thinking when we get to 10K, I might have to do a little giveaway. Also, before I get off this live, because I said I was going to shout you out, shout out to my guy sending me Jackson State merch. He sent me like 2 shirts. I think I'm going to wear the blue one. But I'm going to get a white one to my girl. I'm going to let her wear that when we touch down. I appreciate that merch, man. It was hard. It's upstairs in my room. I can't, I ain't gonna run down here and show y'all. But hey, thank you so much, my boy. You know exactly who you are. Also, I know I said I was gonna get a shirt to my girl. If y'all see me walking with my girl and she got on Howard gear, that's because she refuses to wear y'all stuff. She's an HBCU grad as well. Graduated from Howard in 2017. She does not care about no other school. Like she want a shirt, but she don't want to rock your drip at the game. Like she gonna any HBCU she go to, she gonna rep her school. You feel me? She gonna rep Howard. We went to South Carolina State 2 weeks in a row. Did not want to put on the South Carolina State shirt. Like it's just not happening. So just let her be. I'm gonna be rocking y'all stuff. Just let her be. She with me. Just let her pass. All right. But hey, we wearing pink, bro. All right. I'm gonna still wear my shirt though. I don't care. Hey, thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is the Blitz City Podcast. I'm your host Kobe Orr, and I'm out. Peace. I appreciate y'all, man.